Hello everybody, my name is Ren. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for coming. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So this is part 2 of my faith journey. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, which I feel like it was a little too long, it was boring maybe a little bit to me, I don't know, but if you haven't watched that video yet, part 1, go ahead and watch it first, because this is gonna be part 2. So this part is gonna be about when I realized that I had to be more active in my faith. You know, what helped me be more active in my faith. So yeah, I prayed and God answered my prayer, and I was amazed, and you know, so on and so on. So now is about how I found the church, like a perfect church family, how to, that would help me grow my faith and all. So it was on Friday. I can never forget that day. It was Friday, and it was Easter Friday. I would say like 3 days before Easter. So a cousin of mine, well, she's a family member, I would say, because she her uncle married to my sister, and she know who she is if you're watching this video. She called me that Friday after work. I was on my way to work. I was on my way home from work, and she called me, and she was like, you know, what am I doing? You know, she was just hanging out, and she was hanging out at her sister's house, and she didn't know what her sister was doing. And on the phone, on the conversation, all of a sudden her sister's like, she was invited to this church, you know, and so on and so on. Bear in mind, this girl had been inviting me to her church for so long. I keep like, you know, just say I will go, you know, I'll go in here and here. And I think I have went few times to her sister, her older sister church, you know, but my heart wasn't into it. And one of my prayer was, I prayed to God to give me a church that I can go and grow in. Give me a church, not just like a church, but like a family that I can go to and then feel comfortable and feel welcome, and that will help me, and a family that will help me grow my faith. So yeah, she called, and we were talking on the phone. Her sister was invited to, you know, this church, and she was telling her sister that, oh, you know what is she doing today? You know, it's a Friday. What is she doing? And the sister said, oh, you know what, actually I'm going to church that I was invited to. If you want to come, you know, you can come. And she was asking me, I was on the phone when she was talking to her sister, and she was asking me, oh, hey, do you want to come too? You know, because my sister is going to this church and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, you know, I don't know, you know, me and African church, you know, because whenever I go, I'm not really, so I don't know, let me see how I feel when I get home. And we didn't call the phone then, but we were just having our girl conversation throughout. And I realized at some point through that conversation, I was like, she keeps saying, you know, let's go. And I was like, you know what, why not? I'm not gonna drive myself though. If you're gonna come and pick me up, you know, why not? I'll come, you know, just pick me up. I'm not driving. So she was like, okay, yeah, you know, just let me know when you get home and you're ready, and I'll come and pick you up, because I'm in my sister's house. I'm close to the church, and you know. So I was like, okay, I get home. She came and picked me up, and then I went a little bit step forward backward. I don't know. I know this story is going all over, and this is me. I'm real, a real person. That's how I talk, and that's, if I'm not making sense, sorry. But before then, yes, like I said earlier, I always pray to God to give me a home, you know, His home to go to, you know, family that will embrace me. Will take me as who I am, not to judge me for anything. And because my previous experience when it comes to church, I just have a horror one with that. So I just want somewhere that I can be comfortable. So I was praying to God, and I have been going to church, you know, just like friends will invite me, family members will recommend some church for me, and I will go. And whenever I go to the church, I'll just be judging, just like when the pastor is preaching or whatever is going on, I just cross my, my hands like, okay, and just be judging people around, be looking at the pastor and just judging them like they're not a real person. Pastor from a different state to come for the service for the 3 days. So they're having like 3 days Sunday events, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which celebrate Easter. So the pastor of the church started, trying to represent the new pastor, that the guest pastor that came. And then I was like, oh, okay, this, he was so humble. He was really, really humble. That was the thing. I was like, okay. And I started trying to judge again. I'm like, oh, this African people, this is, whew, I have never told this story to anybody, so this is gonna be like, I don't know. But yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know, but let's see. I start judging my mind, going crazy again. And then the guest pastor stopped preaching and praying for people, and and then I'm there like, like, okay. And then all of a sudden, for real, like, when I was sitting there and he stopped praying for people and he stopped preaching and praying, and I was just like, God, if this is where, like, if this is where you want me to be at this time of the day, at this time of the evening, because it was 7 p.m., then open my heart to listen, like, open my heart, open my mind, like, touch me, touch me to this man of God, touch me to this person. And then he started praying and he started saying things, and he's saying he want to pray for people, and all of a sudden, I don't know, for some weird reason, I walk to the front too, like, randomly. I don't normally do that, but then I went there. They start praying, they're praying for people, and then he get on me, put his hands on me. Just so you know, I'm one of those people, when the pastor is praying on me, they lay their hands on me. I'm praying for myself because I don't want their spirit, if they have any kind of bad spirit. I'm African and we think crazy, and we got some funny pastor out here doing craziness. So I always be praying on myself like, God, if this is not you, if this is not your servant, whatever spirit that they're trying to lay on me, Jesus, I rebuke that spirit with the blood of Jesus, and I cover myself with the blood of Jesus. I always pray that prayer. If our spirit is not connecting, whatever's going on, no, it shouldn't. I have too much problem to be adding more to it. Got too much things to break. Bondage. I don't know if that's the word. But too much thing going on, too much chain, that's what I'm trying to say. Too much chain to break already. I don't need to add anymore. So those are one of my prayers, and I recommend that for everybody. Like, when you go to a new church, or a new pastor is praying on you, always have that prayer. Sink yourself into the blood of Jesus, because I know the God that I'm serving. I'm talking so far because I'm late for it. Okay, I know the God that I'm serving. So I don't want any other spirits, if the God that I call God is not the God that you call him God, let's not have this moment, don't do it. So I recommend that for everybody. Whenever you go to new church, pray that prayer before the pastor laid their hands on you. It's very important. Okay, so I stopped praying that to myself, and I stopped praying, and he's praying too, and he starts telling the truth. One thing that I like is when he starts telling the truth about me, or story about me that are true, he turn off the mic. I know a lot of pastors like to brag about it, through the mic, like, yeah, I heard God tell me this about you, this is gonna happen, this is who you are, blah 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 blah. But for me, I feel like it's unnecessarily, because you don't need the whole crowd to hear this one person that you're praying for, their story, or who, so for me, I kind of like the fact that he just like put on the side and talked to me, for nobody to hear, like, and he was telling me the truth, like, this, you were in your room, you were hurt, and you prayed this prayer, God answered. I was like, what the heck is going on? And he was sorry, I didn't mean to curse. And he was he was telling me the truth. He was telling me about my family, the curses that are or keep happening to the women of the family, and I had to pray, you know, harder for those to break down, like in order to cast those chains off. I have a lot of prayer to do, and these things that are happening to me is not just a regular thing, you know. They are real. Is a curse upon my family that needs to be broken. That needs to be broken. And I was like, and he was telling me flat out how it is, like things, and I was like, wow, this man is telling the truth. He just praying out. And he was like, before I came to the church, he actually dealt with the devil that is about to cast out. I was like, so he already, I can never forget these days. He already fight the battle with those, like, not him, like he already prayed to. I just want to clarify, like he don't have, you know, any strength either, is by God's strength, you know, that God gave him. So I just want to clarify that. I don't want people to be judging, you know. But basically, he was saying that, you know, before I came, or before we even started the service, God already spoke to him about me. So today is the day. Today is the day for me to be healed from all the broken hearts. So I was just like, okay, Jesus, if this is you, take the wheel, you know. And that just, it was amazing to me, because I had never felt that. And that was number one thing that kind of got me like, this church might be AIDS. Okay, let's see. Because, you know, to be reborn again Christian, or to want to be active into Christ, you really want to find a church. You want to find a home. When I mean church, a church, the word church doesn't, but it's like you want to find a home. You want to find a family that loves you, that will encourage you to do better. This is my experience, how I found this church, and this is how I became stronger in my faith. This is what helped me as a person to grow in my faith, and this is my first journey, right? So yeah, that was number one flag. And the second one was Sunday. So I went to I think I missed Saturday service. I went to Sunday service. And after church on that Sunday, you know, the pastor preached, and you know, it was amazing, you know. And after church, you know, they gave out the new member, you know, the new members, the card to represent yourself and pull information down. I'm one of those new members, or a new guest to the church, where I just put wrong information, put my wrong name and address, and because I just don't want to be bothered. That's me. That used to be me, you know. Just put some name there, some wrong phone number. They'll call it. Never call to me, because that's not my phone number. You know what these people who drive crazy with me. So that's not my phone number. I used to do that all the time. So they gave me the car. I was looking at it. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna fill this up. My spirit is telling me this. There's something here. There's something here for me. This can be my home, you know. So I fill it up, and one question that I kind of just look at that little car a little bit for a second was, do you want to work? What do you want to do at in the church? Do you want to, you know, be a teacher? Blah blah blah. You know. And I was looking at it. I was like, I really don't want to get involved in any other church anymore, because my previous experience was not good. And I know, so I don't know if I left it blank, or I filled it up. And also bear in mind, on that Friday when the pastor was praying on me, he was saying, like, you know, if he were me, I would be in this church. I will clean this church, because this is my breakthrough. That was my breakthrough. This is my church. Like, I should stay in the church. But when he was saying all that, I was just like, I'm a very stubborn person. Like, if I don't feel it myself, if it's not me, like if I don't hear it myself, I I'm not doing it. That's not who I am. So you can say whatever. God talk to me. God talk to you. Yes. If he doesn't speak to me myself, sorry, but God can talk to anybody nowadays. So yeah, I'm very stubborn. Like, I'm really, really stubborn. That's me. Period. I don't know where this period thing is coming from, but that's just me. And if you can relate to, you understand where I'm coming from with this thing. So yeah, you saw that. So I was looking at the, the little note card, like, I just like, I think I left it blank. I don't remember. But I remember on that Sunday. So the first lady, she basically sat me down, talked, while I was waiting to talk to the pastor, because they say after the service, the new members talk to the pastor if you want to be a member of the church. I don't remember clicking whether I want to be a member of the church. Yeah, at the time after that Sunday service, but I'm sorry, my light is just really bad, and I just set this up, and I'm like, I had to record this video today, okay? So I apologize for any dark inconvenience, okay? So yeah, so I was waiting to talk to the pastor, and the first lady sat me down, was trying to explain to me, how the church, who they are, and she trying to ask me what are my opinion about the church. What are my opinion about the church? Who I am, trying to get to know me and get to know them too. So she basically this is my second, this is the second check of the list that I'm like, this is the church. I mean, how would I say it? This is the second one for me that make me check this church, like, cling. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh Lord, right? So yeah, she sat me down. I keep remembering all this because it was a moment for me. I don't know, I have never told this to anybody, but I keep remember all this because it was a memorable for me, something that when I value things like this. I value memories like this because they are precious to me. Those are the things that make me who I am, like make me make those certain decisions as the person who I am when it comes to my faith. So it's very important, precious. It's very precious to me. So she sat me down and she was basically telling me about the church, this is who they are. And one thing that she said that kind of stuck with me up to this day was she was saying basically, I'm the first lady, yeah, but she's a human too, they made a mistake too, I shouldn't see them like, this high. And I was like, is she reading my mind? Because no, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, is she reading my mind? Like, what is going on here? So she was basically telling me, yeah, I'm a human too, don't get it twisted if you hear me, if you hear my name somewhere that I said something, but something or somebody, like, I'm a human too, and their temptation are going around. They're just a regular people who want to serve the Lord, even though she's the first lady or pastor, they are human too. And I was like, oh wow, yeah, because my previous experience, I see pastor like, this high, like they were not a human, and this lady is here now telling me this, like, wow, like, wow, I never experienced this kind of thing before. So that kind of gave me like, what, she was very humble. One thing that I can never forget that this lady said is, she told me, and I know when we're African American, we put ourselves so high, like, I'm here for this many years, I'm have this, I'm working like this. She was so humble, and she told me things that no human being would tell another human being to look down to. Like, she told me things, and I was like, oh. And she told me how many years she had been in America, and she told me, the struggle that she went through as a person and as a Christian. We're just a regular people, but we're trying to be better of ourselves into Christ, is serving the Lord. How many years she has served the Lord, and she would just encourage me, a word to me. And I don't know if God is the one who's speaking. I know it's not like I don't know, but I know it's God speaking through this woman to me at that moment. So that just make me like, man, this is it. Like, this is it. This is it. It was overwhelming to me. And sometimes people, you don't know what word that you tell other people, how you impact their life, like how it changed that person. English, I wish I have the right word to express to you how I really feel, or how that meant to me. Because you don't know what somebody's going through, or you don't know what somebody's looking for. But when God is telling you to say something to somebody to impact or to help somebody out, please do it, because it helps people. Like, it do help. It takes somebody out of their sorrow. It takes somebody out of their pain. So please do not hesitate. Never hesitate to do something that your heart, your gut is telling you to do. And I just thank God for this woman life, because that day, if she had hesitated to tell me these things, how humble she was to me and how humble she led herself to me, I don't think I will ever stay in that church and prove my faith the way I am. And I always call it my home, and the church name is Word of Life Chapel International, and I gave myself to that church because it's in Baltimore, it's in Essex. Baltimore, if you live in that area, please, I recommend to go. I will put the link and the address down in the comment section, in the description section down below. But yes, I would highly recommend it, because they are family. They will love you and cherish you. I don't want this video to be too long, but fast forward, that's my second thing that I check off my list. And the third one, I was talking to the pastor, and he was basically telling me, what they believe in the church. Because normally when I go to church, they never explain to me. They never explain what they believe in, and all that. So he was basically, when I spoke with him, he was telling me that what they believe, they believe that God came in three forms, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And he laid down to me, and he gave me the book. I still have the book up to this day. I wish I could find it and show you guys. I'm so late for work and I don't want to go into it, but I know I have the book somewhere. I know I have it. Like a new membership book where you go through it and read, and next you have the conversation with them and ask them questions that you want to ask about the belief of the church. And that got me like, wow, this is what they believe. Because sometimes we go to other church, they don't really lay it down to you. You're just like, we're all serving God, so I'm a new member, I'm a member of the church, and so on. You don't know if they're calling God that you're calling God. So he laid down to me and have, I think, 3 Sundays or 4 Sundays with me to break it down and for me to understand and for me to ask questions about the church and ask questions about what they believe and what they stand for. And through those conversations with him, he asked me, what do I want to do for the church? Do I want to work in the church? What do I want to do? And I told him, I don't know if they have a YouTube channel or online, like social media stuff. So, and I was like, I do video. I like making videos and editing videos or doing social media things. If they have that, I can be in that group. And he was like, what? He would be praying for somebody like that to come. And Lord, I'm gonna get so emotional. For somebody like that to come. So to help them out about their YouTube, because they don't have YouTube. They didn't have YouTube at the time or anything like that. So I brought social media to the church, and I was so glad to be one of the person that helped. And I still want to be. I was so glad that I was one of the person that created social media for Word of Life Chapel. And I was so honored that I got a chance to have a family like that. Not like was, but I am, because whenever we visit, they still like oh, they are so lovely and so nice. Like, and I know I'm this person, I like to be a loner. I don't know, like I'd like to stay on my own. Like, I don't like to bother people, and like I just like my space so much. And that have made me, because whenever I go to other church, I like to stay on my own. I don't like people to call me or anything like that. And by the way, I did fill out the correct information. I put my real name, my real address, my real full number there. So yeah. So I just want to clarify that, okay? That made me like, this is the church, this is the home I have been praying for, and this is it for me. So that's how I and they have helped me grow my faith. Like, they have completely helped me grow my faith. And I was going to church Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Wednesday for Bible study, Friday for prayers night, and Sunday for, you know, Sunday service, which it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot. And now that I moved to a different state, my heart is still with them, because I really my prayer says I want God to if that's the way He wants me to be, I want Him to make it possible for me to stay there. Because where I am right now, to be honest, I'm still trying to break through, you know, to find a home or a church that I'm comfortable to go to. And here and there, I'm there, but I'm not present. I feel like I'm not present, and I'm not active enough that I want to be. So I'm still praying, and you guys pray with me, pray for me, that I find a church or home that I can be more active. Yeah, and just like I say, if you live in Maryland, Essex or Baltimore, Rosedale, wherever nearby, I highly recommend Word of Life Chapel International. You can actually, they're on Facebook too. We go on Facebook Live, yes, and YouTube channel, the Word of Life Chapel. I will leave all the link down in the description box below, so you can check them out. I highly recommend you to go, because they are family. I don't call it a church, because they are more than that. They're like a family that help you, they nurture you, and make sure that you got your stuff straight, you know. And please be open, because they are welcoming. They don't judge. That's one thing too. Like, they don't judge you, but they just want you to grow. They help you, like, pull you to grow. That was my experience. Yeah, so tell me about your faith journey. Leave it down in the comment section below, or email me. I like to hear stories like this, because it kind of helped me too. And yeah, tell me what really helped you in your journey, in your faith journey. So this is going to be the end of the video. I wish you enjoyed the video like I did, because I talk fast and I don't know if you understand, but I love you, but God loves you more. And this is me saying, see you in the next video.